I'm very happy to introduce you, Elisabeth, as the first speaker of our today's webinar. Elisabeth SCHLUDERMANN, as the head of the Funding Support and Industrial Relations at the Technische University of Vienna, is our first speaker now. It's great to have you included here in this session, because I think the two already medical oriented and applied research parts, and now coming to technical universities, looks like good chances for collaboration. And I hope you could find also some cooperation partners throughout this webinar. So the floor is yours, and I will kindly ask you to share your slides now to present the Technical University. Or slide is there. The floor is yours.
Perfect. Thanks. Thanks also for the nice introduction. I'm really very delighted to have the opportunity to present TU Wien's research portfolio. And due to the given really strict time frame, with a focus on the fields of the BioNanoNet topics, I picked out some examples, and I tried to provide you, or they should help to provide you with a better understanding on what we address in our research at TU Wien and how actually we conduct this research. So, but please, first take home message within the first minute, have in mind that this is really a very small excerpt, because our research portfolio is much broader, it's also tackling other disciplines, and there are lots of other themes and topics we are most happy to share with you. Okay, so also here, technology for people is our mission statement, and actually I successfully have won the battle with GoToMeeting. So TU Wien is the largest university and natural and technical sciences in Austria. I already mentioned our mission statement is technology for people. This stands for our motivation to conduct research, education, and innovation over the whole value chain, from basic to applied research for the benefit of society in the end. So largest means that we are training about 27,000 students. Thereof is nearly 1/3 international, a little bit less are females in the 8 different faculties. Also here we have the ambition to set up interdisciplinary, meaning interfacultary programs within the BioNanoNet, even interinstitutionary programs. For instance, together with the Medical University of Vienna, we have established a master program, biomedical engineering, various specialized doctoral programs, or recently established a postgraduate program, healthcare facilities, where the focus is set on meaningful healthcare facility design. So in research, we have over 3,000 researchers, and these were able to successfully acquire over 19 million extra funding out of competitive programs. And also here you see that 50% of our researchers are employed within these projects. So this funding source is really very essential for the further development of our research portfolio. This significance is confirmed by the steady increase of third-party funds over the last decade. And you can nicely see a well balance between the FWF column, the National Funding Agency for Basic Research, FFG funds. FFG stands for cooperative projects together with companies, and mere contract research. This is indicated here with Unternehmen. So you see these columns are quite balanced. Indicated in the written text is also that we are the leading institution within the CD Labs, the National Funding Program for Applied Orientated Basic Research. The column European programs, the diversion between basic and applied research is not so clear. So because, as you know, there are 3 pillars, and as a higher education institution, also our focus clearly lies in pillar 1. However, you also see in the 2 other pillars, we have strong expertise in the thematic fields of ICT and energy, as well as climate. Overall, TU Wien was most successful in Horizon 2020 as it was leading in terms of granted projects and second in terms of granted budget within the Austrian higher education institutions. To underline that, I'd like to bring with me our successful ERC grantees in Horizon 2020. We had 23, 37 we have in total. So you see also here the well balance between excellence with junior researchers with the starting grants, more experienced researchers with consolidators, and our trained senior scientists with 2 advanced grants. And thank God, because we're a technical university, we also acquired successfully proof of concept grants. And so we are quite relieved that we also achieved that. So text highlighted in red are topics which can be related to the BioNanoNet, covering basically the areas of molecular design, modeling of materials and material properties, development of nanosensors, detectors, bioprinters, and so on. So when it comes to, because I pointed out that all technology readiness levels are equally important to us. So when it comes to transfer to industry and EU programs, I'd like to highlight our coordination activities within the European Institute of Technology. So for manufacturing is not just heavy and loud machines and lots of dirt. The consortium presented here is a good mixture of industry, university, and RTO partners, and seeks for innovative processes towards assisted production systems while incorporating AI and machine learning methods to make them smarter and more efficient. And if you consider the quality or the really high quality standards related to pharmaceutical production processes, I hope this initiative is also, or might be also interesting for you. Back to national funding. So shown here are TU Wien's participation in the FWF flagship programs, like special research areas or doctoral programs. Again, highlighted in red are the related topics, and they are, of course, quite similar to them already mentioned within the ERC context. So research and teaching are 2 significant pillars in our mindset. Of course, however, having our mission statements in mind, you also find innovation is very important to us. And we see it as a natural cycle that research and teaching triggers innovation and vice versa. We live this philosophy in our 5 focal areas. These 5 pillars represent our strengths and skills on a bottom-up basis. Work is carried out in an interdisciplinary manner, and the research spectrum is being constantly developed. So additional fields of research means that these are equally important areas for us for research, but do not fit in the other 5 pillars. But you can imagine if you remember my starting slides, so we are just based in the heart of Vienna. We have a faculty of architecture and spatial planning. So for instance, urban related issues are tackled within these additional fields of research. So now I would like to go briefly or stroll briefly through these 5 focal areas and put the focus on bio-nano related topics. So bio-nano in the field of computational science and engineering includes research with modeling and simulation, for instance, computational healthcare, computational material sciences. And I also pointed out for further reading the BioNanoNet members. So our research is actively involved or engaged in the BioNanoNet. As an example, I brought, of course, COVID with me. I think everybody knows or got most familiar with Nikola POPPER in the last month. So either via television or other media. So he is our simulation expert. And in my opinion, it is a very nice example how algorithms and modeling help us to support big decisions. So Nikki is a trained mathematician, moved in the last years to the Faculty of Informatics in the group of Data Intelligence, and is an expert in epidemiological models since many years. Now he constantly developing these models with machine learning components in terms of accuracy, predictability, or including variable factors like human behavior. So this is the basic component of his research, but he also runs a commit project DexHelp together with the Verband der Sozialversicherungen, and even more towards applied aspects. He also founded the Drahtwarenhandlung, where they offer simulation models ready to use for many other different scenarios. Within quantum physics and quantum technologies, we focus on nanoelectronics and photonics. And here I like to highlight Silvan Schmid heading the group of micro and nanosensors. Silvan successfully acquired 2 ERC grants, including a proof of concept grant, and successfully founded the Invisible Light Labs. So this company offers sensors to detect infrared and terahertz radiation at room temperature. So potential application fields includes improved disease understanding, better drugs, increased safety, and more efficient protection to the environment. And I think it is also a very nice example to show the line from basic research to actually applications or innovations. A very large focal area is material and matter, and bio and nano-related topics include materials characterization and biological and bioactive materials. You see here a long list of engaged TU Wien researchers in the BioNanoNet. And here I'd like to share an example of our additive manufacturing technologies group, a joint venture between chemists and material scientists. So the group holds several ERC grants, conducts successfully many FVF and FFT projects, CD labs, and much more. They are constantly developing a deep understanding of lithography and 3D printing processes. So the pictures on the left side show printed out examples on a nanoscale. And of course, it's technically very challenging and lots of fun to print the castle on a pencil tip. Actually, you see here, it's indicated on the cover sheet. The castle I zoomed out is definitely on a pencil tip, or St. Stephen's Cathedral, or a racing car. But applications are, of course, much broader, as it also indicated by the red picture aside, where you see printed out cells. So along the technology readiness level line towards applications, the group also funded many spin-offs like Litus. They have a strong focus on printing ceramics, for instance, the dental applications, or Cubicure. They deal with performance polymers, printing performance polymers, and or UpNano. They aim at developing high-resolution 3D printers. Another example here is also Novo ARC. They have been established via FFG spin-off fellowship, supported by our in-house incubator I2C, who received recently the Rudolf Salinger Award, and they aim to develop drugs in tablet style, which can be used instead of injections. And of course, another pandemic-related thing is, if you think about the logistics within the corona vaccinations, this might be a very useful thing to have in the near future. So with ICT, so we have sensor systems, visual computing, human-centered technologies, and automation and robotics. And another thing here is that we constantly developing lab chip technologies. Of course, they can be used for, you're the experts more than me, for manifold applications, and Peter Ertel's group is here most successful in tackling quite a variety of them. So they got the prestigious Husker Prize for their Parkinson chip technology, but they were also in the media as they suggested an innovative corona test by using these lab and chip technologies. Another thing, besides sensors, we also deal with visual data. This example here shows X-ray, respectively tomography pictures, and via machine learning methods, similarities and or deviations are checked automatically. Ellen Hambury, who holds an endowed professorship supported by, among others, the Deutsche Telekom or T-Mobile Austria, they deal with these research issues in EU projects, for instance. So this is the basic component, and they have already founded the spin-off Context Flow. Here they established a recommender system for radiologists, which supports their diagnosis and therapy suggestions based on the similarity checks. Last focus point, I see already Andreas moved up, energy and environment. Also here we deal with efficient utilization of material resources and sustainable production and technologies. So again, members here engaged. And my last example comes from Miriam Unterlas. She strives for the goal to synthesize organic materials without toxic components or catalysts, but just using high pressure and hot water. And as you can see, she was and is most successful. She holds an FWF Start grant, runs the CD Lab, got the Phoenix Award as well as the Staatspreis patent last year. And moreover, she founded a startup, UGB Materials, where they try to bring their inventions further to market. If you're interested in other technologies offers, you will find them very prominently on our homepage under technology offers. My colleagues from the patent and license management group them according to certain topics. So please feel free to scroll through them and see if something might be interesting for you. Again, here our lab on a chip technology platform with the Peter Ertl group, and I hope you got an interesting glimpse on our whole portfolio, but of course with the strong focus on bio and nano related topics. Thanks a lot for the invitation. Thanks for your attention, and of course our researchers will be most happy to share their expertise with you in the future. Thanks.